taking a look now at how the viewports will actually print our line styles. So we have our layout sheet here, and I've set the viewport scaling on. So in the Sheets tools, we'll notice that we have the viewport line style scaling set to on, and that flag we could set from the from the settings and line style scaling. Notice that also that setting is individual per sheet. So we'll OK that one, and we could have the same sheet with a different setting also, if we're wanting different results from our drawing. Going back to the sheet with it set to on, we'll notice there that we have our insulation thicknesses, so 100 millimeters and so on. Now we have a viewport here which is set, so if we just pick the viewport, that is set to be 1 to 100 at the current scale, meaning that where we have insulation of 100 millimeters, it will actually measure here literal 1 millimeter, but at scale of 1 to 100 would be the equivalent of 100 millimeters insulation. If we go to a print preview, and remember that we have the flag set to on for the viewport scaling, what Caddie is doing is actually scaling that insulation back to its original size. So rather than scaled representation of the insulation, it's actually being the actual size. So 100 mil would be 100 millimeters, and of course if we've applied a global scaling factor or an individual scaling factor, that will act as a multiplier too. If we close that preview, we could either go to set sheet, or we could just and select the off position, but we'll just do here a print preview on the sheet with it set to off, and we'll see here we have our insulation drawn with the squiggles, the loops for the insulation, the size we would want it. So the key thing to remember is that if you're using line styles where you're wanting a specific depth, say, of insulation, a specific size, a discrete size for your line style, then you need to set the line style scaling in your viewports to off, and also you need to have them set to give you that size, whether it's applying an individual scaling factor of 1 or a multiplier to achieve, say, a multiple of the original size, and just be aware of exactly what multipliers are affecting your line styles.